In this video, we're going to explore the Tailwind CSS. And Tailwind CSS is this specific CSS type here, which is a post CSS and specifically for just in time. I've heard about this quite often, and I've noticed that this is starting to get more and more publicity, or basically it's getting more famous, and many people are giving positive reviews about it. So I would like to start to explore more and more about this as well and create a whole series about this. So to start with this, what we're going to do is we have to go on tailwindcss.com and then you click on Get Started. Once you click here on Getting Started, we have to go to the installation. So here's a heads up immediately. I am not going to use the advanced integration guide. For now, currently, this is for me not really of high interest. And the reason why is I would like to explore this more before I even explore the more advanced features. So if we scroll down here, then after that, I will explain as well why I would do that. So if I scroll down here, let's start to install this one immediately. So we have here if I'm not mistaken, here the basic documentation here. Well, this is probably the one that we need. Let's see if we have another one here. Is there anywhere? Things, because what I'm going to use is this CDN. Double check here. No, I don't see it here. I guess there's somewhere here. Using others is CIL. Sorry, no, I need the CDN. If I type in here CDN, I know it's somewhere. All right, here, this is it. All right, so we have here the HTML starter template. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste this here. And then once I have that, I'm going to add up the CDN. So here's a heads up as well. I want to do a CDN. Let's paste it in here, or let's overwrite this one. Alright, save that. So here is the following. It says here, note that while the CDN build is large, compressed, right now we have a compressed version of 71, and the raw is 2.8 MB, which is huge. So it is not representative of the size when you include the Tailwind as a part of your building process, which makes sense, of course, because it's what they call a just-in-time. And a just-in-time basically means that it will grab only the classes that you actually use. So while it will not work, or this benefit is not if we use a CDN, because we're just downloading the entire file itself. The reason why I'm doing this is I like to explore first this, because this is very useful. It can be interesting. However, before I would go deeper into it, I would say, see if this really makes sense. And the reason why, and I want to say now with the just-in-time is interesting, which is interesting, I do wonder in the near future how useful it eventually becomes once we get faster and faster internet. Currently, right now, we have the rollout of the 5G internet, again, I guess worldwide. That would mean that our internet speed is becoming faster and faster, and then using Tailwind or Bootstrap doesn't really matter. I do like that the flexibility of Tailwind is very high, which makes your files more better, or your design more different, than it doesn't look very similar to a Bootstrap design. But is that the only benefit of it? Or is there maybe more? Because I'm quite used to CSS only, and that is quite interesting for me myself. And then if you use a tool here like this, basically, you're unlearning CSS to learn their specific code. Is that good or is it bad? Depends. If you speed up your process and your project with it, it's perfectly fine. If it speeds up your website, it is wonderful as well. But if it's not, or if the value of it starts to get limited, then it's a different story. And this is why the reason I'm not using right now the Node Package Manager system and how to install it, because in their tutorial it indicates as well you have to learn something which might be a hassle. I believe in the less is more principle. If we can do this as less as possible tools just to start with, and then explore if this is really useful, and from there on, once we discover the usefulness, at that very moment we're going to implement that. Alright, so that's enough about really the basic background and how I view at the items itself. And this is the reason why I like chart.js a lot, because you don't need to know much to create a chart, unlike with other chart libraries or JavaScript libraries like D3. D3 has a very high learning curve before you can even implement it good. So this is why, or this is my point of view. Alright, so this is it. Sorry, this is just more an introduction itself, not even on the coding itself. So we have the basics here. Next video I will start to explore it step by step.